What's up, YouTube? So I'm William Bitter, and today I'm going to talk about how I live in downtown Manhattan, and I only spend about $25,000 a year living in downtown Manhattan. So basically, I live in an 80 square foot apartment, and my rent is only $385 a month. That includes my water utilities, basically. It includes water and electricity. So all I have to do is pay for internet. So starting with rent, my rent is $385 a month. And also, I have another video about budgeting that has this exact same budget template that you can, I'll leave a link for this budget template if you want to create your own budget and like kind of track your expenses, etc. So my rent is $385 a month, and you'll see how if I put 385, I enter 385 here, it'll spit out numbers and it'll actually tell me what I'm paying in rent every day, every week, every month, or what my annual rent is. So you see, I spend $4,620 a year on rent. So on internet, I spend $20 a month. This is just because I got a really good deal with Spectrum. It's some kind of like, I'm going to have it for 3 years. It's something like if I buy a phone or if I don't know, it was an insane deal. So I'm paying $20 a month for Wi-Fi currently. Hopefully that lasts a while. And you can see that adds up to $240 a year that I spend on internet. So the next thing is phone payments. So because Apple offers interest-free interest-free loan to buy their phone, for me, it just always makes sense to take that option, because instead of spending $1,000 on a phone, you can basically spend $50 a month for 20 months or whatever it is, and there's no interest on it, and then I can take that $1,000 and invest it, and chances are it's going to return me my monthly phone payment anyway. We'll talk about that another time, but my phone payment is $50 a month. So every 2 years I would just get a new phone and the phone payments would continue. My phone bill is $45 a month. That's unlimited talk, text, and internet. I think it slows down after a certain amount of gigs, but $45 a month I feel like is pretty standard for the typical phone bill these days. So for my MacBook, the way I calculated this, I think, is like, really I try to have my computer last as long as possible, and honestly I think my last MacBook lasted like 6 years, and this one I've had for 2, maybe 3 years already. But I just took like $1,200. I think they cost like $1,400 now, but I took $1,200 and I divided it by 3. So I figure, on average my Mac is going to cost me about $400 a year. That's if I don't spill coffee on the keyboard. So you can see that comes out to $1.09 a day, or $33 a month. So the way I see it is that's a really good investment, $1 a day, and you can do a lot of research, and the opportunities of making money with your computer are pretty endless. So all right, so Amazon's home stuff. So this is just like ordering, I don't know, toothpaste and stuff like that. So I tracked honestly, these numbers are from about a year ago. I tracked my expenses, and then I kind of simplified it a little bit for this video. But basically every month I spend about $100 on Amazon, just random. I put as the category home essentials. So groceries, I spend about $50 a week. So you can see that comes out to $2,600 a year. I don't buy a lot of groceries. I just buy like kind of healthy snacks. little things because I don't have a kitchen in here, as you can see, so I don't cook a lot. So I actually eat out a lot. I usually cook breakfast. It's cheap: eggs, toast, coffee, and so that's where my grocery bill comes out to about $50 a week. And then eating out, I spend about $20 a day. I usually get like 2 things every day that cost me about $10. I mean, I don't know, Chinese food is like $9, Chipotle is $10. The guy that owns the sushi restaurant below me, kind of everything that I get from him, he kind of hooks it up for $10, even though it's probably like 11 or 12. So yeah, I spend $20 a day, pretty much every day, eating out. Contact lenses. I have astigmatism, so I think I spend about $300 a year on contacts. I think it's like $380, but it usually lasts me like a year and a half, even though like it's supposed to be for a year. I keep my contacts in a little bit longer than I'm supposed to. But anyway, about $300 a year for contact lenses. Fitness, I go to Blink, which is a really good deal, $26 a month. But then the Brooklyn Zoo is $150 a month. But for me, it's my passion. Working out, doing parkour is my passion. It's totally worth $150 a month. But yeah, I mean, I haven't been to Brooklyn Zoo in almost a year now, since COVID, but this is pre-COVID budget. And honestly, I probably spend about the same amount, maybe less, sort of, maybe. But okay, so then I have a couple subscriptions. I have Spotify, which is $10 a month. I have Google Storage, which is $10 a month, and Apple Storage is it's another $10 a month. I kind of get caught in these things because it's just sometimes easier to just pay these subscriptions than it is to update or like sift through your stuff and delete things. It's just easier to say, okay, take my $10 a month. I don't want to deal with it. Upgrade storage to a terabyte, So yeah, accounting. This is all my personal expenses, and I wasn't really going to include business expenses in here. But the thing is, accounting, I would need to do it regardless if I had a business or not. So I just included my accountant costs $70 a month, and that includes the end of the year tax. He'll do my business and my personal taxes. So that's $70 a month. And then, yeah, clothes, I spend about $35 a month. I go shopping like once a year, really, for maybe a couple $100 or something, but it comes down, and then sometimes I buy socks and underwear. But I really don't buy a lot of clothes, and that's something that I kind of preach in budgeting, is like, why do you need new clothes? But everyone has their own preferences. So like for me, it's fitness over clothes. I'd rather spend $150 on like a nice gym than on a nice t-shirt or something. A lot of my clothes are like gifts, and I just wear them until they fall off my body. So yeah, Christmas is when I get my clothes, I guess. Haircut, I used to spend $20 a month about on a haircut. I think my haircut was like $25-$30, but I would get it like every other month. So conservatively saying $20 a month. But as you can see, I haven't spent money on a haircut in the last year. So, and then my laundry costs $10 a load downstairs, and I do about a load a week. So it's $40 a month just to do laundry. That's what it's like living in Chelsea. It's expensive. And then I just put, $50 a week here for social stuff, just because, like, I don't know, once a week I'll go out and maybe I'll get a couple drinks or like a meal that costs $30 instead of $10, So yeah, that's basically the list of my expenses, and then I categorized all of them. And then as you can see, you can kind of see each category listed from the largest to the smallest. And my total budget annually is $24,852. It falls roughly around there. So $25K. my biggest expense is food. As you can see, it's 40% of my budget. You got to eat, and like, I know I could eat cheaper if I cooked all my meals, but for me, my time is so valuable, or at least I value my time to the point where I'd rather just eat out, than cook everything. So yeah, I spend about almost, it looks like $10,000 on food every year. My rent is insanely cheap. I know I'm super lucky to have this. Well, some people think I'm lucky, but a lot of people would never live in an apartment this small. But yep. And then, oh, that's interesting. I didn't really think that social was such a big part of my budget, but I guess, $50 a week doesn't sound like a lot compared to what a lot of people spend on drinks and eating out. Oh, you know what? I just realized for some reason I didn't have my city bike, because I get around via bicycle, but I think I included that in my business expenses because like I have city bike memberships for my business. But that would probably be another $150 a year in transportation via city bike. But so I guess 24,850 plus 150 still falls in the range of 25K. But yeah, I guess transportation is missing from here. But I really don't spend a lot. I mean, it's just city bike. Occasionally I'll maybe take a train for $2.75 somewhere. But yeah, fitness is after socializing, a little over 2K, almost 10% of my budget. And then the rest of these, I think, are basically all essential. I mean, utilities and hardware are like my phone, internet, phone plan. It's super necessary for everyone needs these to live. Home essentials, toiletries and whatnot. Subscriptions, I mean, maybe I could come down on that if possible. But self-care, minus the haircut, save a couple $100 a year. But I mean, I think it's definitely doable. Yeah, I mean, healthcare is not included in here. I'm pretty lucky that I don't have to pay for healthcare at the moment, but possibly soon. But I know that there's some plans out there that are cheap, kind of emergency plans if you're young and healthy. Anyway, so yeah, that's my budget. $25,000 a month, living in downtown Manhattan. It's possible. It's not easy, Definitely rent is probably the biggest expense for most people, and if you can live with your parents or move in with roommates, or find some wacky living situation, that's probably key for budgeting. Yeah, 25K a month. I mean, a year. I mean, I don't know. Comment what you guys think below. I've basically spent $25,000 a year roughly most of my adulthood. I actually spent a little bit less in college, maybe closer to like $18,000 a month. I mean, sorry, $18,000 a year, 20,000 maybe in college. But it's funny, as an adult making much more money, I've really just kept my expenses about the same as when I was younger. And I think that's key, to increase your income but keep your expenses the same. And just, you realize you don't, like, spending more money doesn't necessarily make you happier. It's more about a time allocation thing. Anyway, so yeah, if you guys are interested in making a budget and trying to get your monthly expenditure down to 25,000, definitely click the link. Watch my budget video if you want, or just use the template. And good luck to all of you guys. Budget, save money, invest it, build wealth, and it's a fun journey. If you like this video, if you think this is interesting, please like the video. It really helps me. And oh shoot, Yeah, so if you like this video, please like it below, subscribe. It really helps support this channel and it helps the YouTube algorithm to recommend this video to other people. Okay, have a good day, guys.